Hey man, it's your main man Prada here with Zola, owner of Club GSC. It's a day in the life of a clothing designer. You feel me? So yeah, tap in on my shit.
Get my shell, I made them bitches beaters. I've been running shit up, now my feet hurt.
What is Club GSC and like what does it stand for?
Club GSC, well first and foremost, Club GSC stands for Gentlemen Smokers Club. If you know, you know. If you don't, you need to find out. Club GSC is really just a collective of like-minded individuals who, how can I say this? It's a collective of like-minded individuals who all have the same interests and the same goals in life. So it doesn't necessarily have to be fashion, it doesn't necessarily have to be music, it doesn't have to be one set thing. It's just as long as it's something that you're passionate about and something that you want to do, then this is a group that you belong with. Hey, what's up, man?
What is different about Club GSC and what do you tell them?
What the difference between Club GSC and all these other brands is, for one, I'm a one-on-one specialist. So everything I make, I'm only gonna make it one time. That just goes as far as like the pieces that I make with my hands. So like for instance, these right here. It's a denim skirt that I took 2 pairs of jeans and I turned one of them to a denim skirt and I put on top of another pair of jeans. You feel me? So one of one here at Club GSC, it's a lot of uniqueness and it's a lot of creativity and it's a lot of originality. So that's the difference between me and all these other brands. All these other brands, they mass producing, you know, they make a lot of the same pieces. I'm gonna make one piece. I'm only gonna make it one time. So if you get it, you're gonna be the only person on the earth with it.
What would you tell people about like people trying to come up to you and be like, why are you only making one piece? Da 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 da. Why you can't make more? You'll get more money.
Because for me, I've been making clothes since high school, so it's never been about the money. It's always been about something that I just love to do. So of course, I'm gonna want to be the only person in the world with something on. I don't want to walk outside and have on the same piece as somebody else, or have on the same T-shirt as somebody else. So it's all about uniqueness and exclusivity to me.
You go by Prada.
Prada.
Okay, but do you ever tell people your real name? No.
If you're friends and family, or like we have like a relationship outside of clothes or business, then 9 times out of 10 you'll know my government name unless you're my mother. But if you don't know me, then I'm Prada.
How did Prada come about? Like, how did you get Prada?
I was really, cause I've always went through a lot of nicknames. In high school, I was Rex.
Thank you.
I was a bunch of different names. So I was chilling one day and I was like, I need to find like something to stand out. And I was always saying, we're so proud of you, Amir. And I was like, well, let me take proud of you and just keep Prada, and that's how I came up with my alias.
Okay. I know as like a creative, like we go through like many different phases and like going through like, I guess weeding out our hobbies and like what specifically we want to do. Like, when was it and what was it that made you finally be like, okay, I'm gonna be a designer?
Okay,
and what other stuff did you go through?
So in high school, like I said, I started making clothes. I originally started by making skinny jeans because I had like a big infatuation on like skinny jeans. So any pair of jeans I was taking that they didn't fit me right, I'd take them home, make them skinny, wear them the next day at school. They'd be like, oh, how'd you do that? And I just I did it myself. And so then I graduated high school and I moved to Atlanta because I thought I wanted to pursue music. I'm also, everything I know how to do, I'm self-taught. So I can engineer music, I can record, I can mix and master, I can produce. And it's all self-taught through YouTube University, So I moved to Atlanta in hopes of pursuing a music career. And I was sitting in my room in Atlanta, I was like, this isn't something I really want to do. It's not something I can constantly do every single day. So I was like, well, let me tap back into my roots and do something that I knew, because this is back around the time that I met my best friend, Dirty Dan. And he was making the tapestry pants at the time. So I was like, well, let me see if I can make me something. And I went right back to making jeans. I made my first pair of because I really like flare jeans, so I made my first pair of flare jeans. It's like a red bandana It's like a dad denim. And ever since there, I was just like, well, I'm still good at this, so let me take off and use this as my new passion. Not new passion, but my newfound passion that I used to do, if that makes sense.
So when you were making the skinny jeans, did you was sewing on a machine, or you like hand sewed them?
Yeah, I was sewing on a machine. I would take them, flip them inside out, and really I was just cheating, because like this is before I was using YouTube. So like I would just take it, I would line it up, and I would just sew like right along the inseam of it to just make it fit a little bit slimmer.
Yeah.
So I wasn't cutting them, I wasn't breaking them down and nothing. I was just taking them, flipping them inside out, and just sewing them.
Facts. What was so when you say you started making after your best friend started making tapestry pants, what was your like first piece from that?
My first piece was denim.
Denim? What was like denim pants?
I believe there's somewhere. Yeah, there's some. I've been making clothes for a long time, so and all it does is just stack up in my living room.
No facts.
Yeah, there's somewhere here.
So do you keep like all your old pieces?
I do. I keep. Not so. My thing is, I have a really strong relationship with my jeans. I treat my jeans like my children, of course.
Yeah.
So when I make a pair of jeans, 9 times out of 10, I don't want to let the original pair go. So if you buy a pair of jeans, I'll make you your own pair. And so yeah, I keep every pair of jeans I've ever made. I still have them, and it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, I figure.
It's a lot.
How so you say you're like a music producer and engineer, stuff like that?
Former.
How did you? So you don't do that no more?
No.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm in a room as it, I'm not gonna turn it down. You know, I'm not gonna like turn my creative ear off. But as far as like me going out my way to say, oh, I want to go make some music today, that's probably not gonna happen for real.
Okay. What is like your favorite thing about sewing?
The way my back be on fire. My back be on fire from sitting in front of that sewing machine for 6+ hours.
No, yeah.
Like that shoulder piece, but it's kind of like it's like getting a tattoo. It's like once you start, you don't really want to stop. It's kind of like an addictive feeling. So it's like it's the motivation. It's the reason I keep doing it, but then it's also the reason I don't want to stop doing it, because it's like if my back not on fire, I mean I ain't doing nothing. You know, I'm being lazy.
Thank you. Okay, what's your least favorite thing about sewing?
Threading that machine.
Oh Lord, yes.
Yeah, threading the machine when the machine get jammed up and the crazy thing is I don't even know like any of the terminology. Only terminology I know for sewing machine is like needle, threading, and like a bobbin. So like when it comes to like working my way around the sewing machine, all I really know is just how to sew it. So I don't necessarily know how to I've never taken my sewing machine apart. I had my sewing machine since I was in 10th grade. And to me, I'm amazed that it still made it this far, but they say sewing machines supposed to last a lifetime, so.
What kind of sewing machine do you have?
I believe it's a Brother. Yeah, it's a fat Brother. A fat Brother, John.
Okay, what was like your first ever drop, like official drop?
Believe it or not, my first official drop will be on Friday.
For real?
Yeah, my very first drop. And I've been making clothes for, I want to say 6 years now. So yeah, my first official drop will be on Friday though. Like my first official collection of clothes. But the thing about this collection is these are like t-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that. It's not because when it comes to collections, I don't drop collections of one-of-one pieces, because for me, I don't like to do anything that's really time consuming. I like to do things, I have a burst of energy. So when I'm in the moment, I can get it done. But when it comes to making 2, 3, 4 pairs of the same things, I don't really do that. So
thanks.
When it comes to dropping collections of clothes, I'd rather drop pieces
instead of collections altogether. Okay. So how long has Club GSC been around again?
2 years. It
2
started
years.
in September of 2021.
Okay. What is fashion to you?
Fashion is a way to express yourself without speaking. It's a way to say, this is how I woke up feeling. today, but if you don't want to vocalize it, then, you know, just put on some clothes. You know, your clothes speak louder than a lot of the words that you can really say. Clothes have like a lot more meaning than people really put to them. So fashion to me is an expression without vocalizing it.
So what would you say is your style? And like, it could, your style and the style of Club GSC could be different, but what are
My
they?
style, because my style is urban luxury streetwear, and that's pretty much the whole premise of Club GSC is urban luxury streetwear. So it's Prada, but at the same time it's a little bit of Urban Outfitters, and it's a little bit of Zoomies, H&M, because that's where I started. When I was first getting into clothes, I was doing a lot of shopping at H&M, Zara, Zoomies, Urban Outfitters. So I kind of just combined everything that I used to wear into things that I want to wear, and I made it into one so I can wear it now.
Do you work, like, do you have like an official, I'd be asking, like, do you have an official job?
Yeah, I stock groceries at Food Line.
Okay, so how do you balance like your work life and like creative, like fashion?
At work, cause I'm never not being creative. So at work, they be having to tell me to get off my phone a lot, cause like I be on my phone like trying to network, sell pieces. I be creating pieces in my head. I'm always making mock-ups. I'm always thinking of things, but I really work overnight. So let's say okay, I wake up, I go to work my 8 hours, and then I come home and I probably stay up to maybe like 4 or 5 in the morning. I probably stay up to like 4 or 5 in the morning just working on pieces and stuff like that. So it's a pretty decent balance for me personally. I feel like I make it work.
So you said how you balance work and life. How do you balance being a dad and balancing those two also?
I balance it as best as I know how and as best as I physically can, because, you know, everything's a learning experience. You know, nobody comes in the world knowing how to do everything and how to, you know, be the greatest at everything it is to be the greatest at in the world. But I balance it the best way I know how possible. You know, I give her her time when she wants her time, and when she wants to be left alone, that's when I go work on what I want to work on, what I need to work on. She's a very peculiar child.
Why you say that?
We're both the same sign. She was born 6 days after me, so.
Oh really? What's y'all sign?
We're Geminis.
Oh man.
Here you go. Here's the Gemini.
Oh man.
Here's the Gemini slash.
Cause y'all know. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
My next question after that, pertaining to being a dad, what has being a dad taught you?
Patience. It's taught me a lot of patience. It's taught me how to be understanding. It's taught me how to put somebody before me. It's taught me how to pay attention to what other people need, and because she's only a year and a half, she's only like 17 months, so she can't talk. She can't tell me exactly what she needs. So it was like, this is the time of my life where I need to be figuring out like how to cater to her needs or her wants without her being able to verbally tell me, hey, this is what I need, hey, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, you know. So it's taught me patience. It's taught me how to genuinely care and love for something, love somebody.
What has fashion and sewing taught you about like yourself or anything?
Patience as well. Patience. It's taught me patience. It's unlocked a different creativity. It's unlocked a different side of my creativity that I didn't know I was capable of whenever I first started. But then whenever I got into doing fashion shows and I would watch other, you know, brands walk, and it would always inspire me. It always made me want to go harder and be like, okay, well, I want to go home and I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, and I want to come back and I want to show y'all a brand new side of my ideal. I want to show y'all a whole new concept. So sewing, it's really taught me how to be inspired by others and how to pick and choose things that I like and things that I don't like, things I want to incorporate into my own fashion.
Okay, so let's get into like a little bit about like your fashion process, when you start or think about a garment, do you draw or it just comes straight to your head and you just start making?
Just comes straight to my head. And my thing is, I'm a very last minute person. I do everything 5 seconds before the buzzer is finna sound. So 9 times out of 10, if it don't come to me in my sleep, it'll come to me 30 seconds after I done woke up. And then it's like, okay, now I gotta go get the pieces to go create this. And if I sit on it, then 9 times out of 10, it won't. I need to do everything immediately when I think of it, or it's just not gonna happen.
Okay, so what would you tell designers, like, so obviously we know that you don't gotta draw, be able to know how to draw to be a designer, so what would you tell other designers that don't know that? They feel like, oh, I can't draw, I can't be a designer.
You don't necessarily have to be able to draw to be a designer. And crazy thing is, I actually do know how to draw, but it just makes my hand hurt. So I don't like drawing, and I'm left-handed, so I write weird. I mean, I have neat handwriting, this and the third, but like I have to turn my paper to the side, this and the third, and like the ink be on my hands. I generally don't like holding pencils and stuff like that. So, but I would tell another designer to figure out what works for you, and then take that and turn it into a million different pieces that you can then show the world and express, if that makes any sense.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We can talk about talk about your next drop. You said this Friday. Talk about what you have like planned, that's close coming up, or even like that you envision for the near future, and then we can talk about like the pieces that you want to show.
Alright, so October 20th, Friday, this upcoming Friday, I'm dropping a collection called the Players Collection, because if you know me, then you know women run the world. Women are very important beings on this earth. Without women, half the stuff that is possible now would not be possible. So I'm dropping a collection called the Players Collection. It's going to be 4 t-shirts, 4 hoodies, 1 zip up, and some sweatpants. And yeah, that's actually all I'm finna get y'all. Y'all just gotta type in. Y'all gotta see it. Y'all gotta see it. Just know, October 20th, this Friday, is going down. And that's not all, because I'm rebranding Club GSC to be more of a luxury streetwear brand. Whenever I first started it, it was really just streetwear. But now that I came back from LA and I just seen like a whole different side of fashion, and it's not fashion I haven't been exposed to, but it's fashion that I haven't necessarily tried on my own yet. Yeah. So first and foremost, I already talked about these, but these are probably like my favorite piece that I created so far, because this is an original idea. But denim skirt over jeans. Really, it's amazing. It's cool. I love them.
Do you wear them?
Yeah, I wear them. I wear all my pieces. And I've been playing a lot with like double denim for like the last few months. So these are some double denims, but the cool thing about these is you can unzip the front and you can wear them. You can wear them down, you can wear them up, you can wear them one down, one up. And also, if you notice down here, it's like a double hem. So I unhemmed the jeans and I sewed them together so that, because it's 2 pairs of jeans. Essentially, you're wearing 2 pairs of jeans. It's a 2-in-1. So they stack. The top pair of jeans stack on top of the bottom pair of jeans. But yeah, these are cool. These are fire. I'm gonna just sit everything on my lap and look crazy. I love pockets. Like I've always had a thing. I love cargos. I like pockets. I like keeping a lot of stuff on me because you never know what you're gonna need throughout the day. These are some denim shorts I took a bunch of front pockets. I can't hold you right now. I can't hold you right now. I took a lot of front pockets off a bunch of different jeans. I took some back pockets off jeans. Distressed a little wood camo fabric. I added some color right here, and my favorite part, because this was very last minute, but I added a 2-tone middle flare.
We gonna get details on them in a second.
Details. Like I stated earlier, here, you wanna come sit on my lap? Come here. You want to talk to you.
She said, "How dare you?"
Exactly. Come here. Come here. What you backing with me? This is little Miss CEO, guys. This is who bosses me around. This is who
The boss's boss.
Yeah, this is the boss's boss. Like I said, I like flare jeans. Or because my style, I feel like if you ever watch Snowfall or BMF, how they was wearing like the small collar button-up shirts with like the bell bottoms, and like they'd be like really tight. I genuinely I like that style. So I have a lot of flare jeans in my collection. These ones are pretty cool because you can stick this, and this was like actually very accidental. It was me rushing, but you can stick this. You sleepy? I don't know. You can stick this in there and wear it like that, or you can have them hang. And then on top of that, I dyed these, and like they came out like really cool. Yeah, wow. See, she's infatuated with them. Summer's coming to an end, so you know the jorts collection, two-tone jorts. Of course, you know you got the calm little middle flare in it. It's not two-tone, but you know it's a middle flare. It's still something. Let's see what else I have in my arsenal. My little armory. This is something that came out of impulse. I don't know what made me, and I was just, cause I have a lot of like blank hoodies. I have a lot of blank clothes and stuff like that, and I was just like, well, I'm tired of just having blank clothes laying around, so let me make use of it. So this is a denim sleeve hoodie. I'll probably never wear it, I'm gonna be honest though. It's a lot of clothes that I just make that I just I won't wear. I love camo. Calm camo, denim middle flare. You know, nothing crazy. My style is like really, it's simple, but it's a lot of attention to detail. So if you're a very detailed person, then we'll get along. We'll get along really good. This is probably one of my favorite t-shirts in my collection. Just the 44, you know. My President Black, my Lambo Blue, or however that line goes. But yeah, that's just a couple pieces that I got. You know, I don't want to go digging the duffel bag because then everything be all on the floor and I have to clean it up later.
What do you have to say about like taking risks?
Take a risk. Take that motherfucking risk. Take that risk.
Or what about oh my bad.
Yeah, go ahead.
What about to like people who like are scared to like trust in like their faith and like themselves?
You can't, because if you don't believe in yourself, who's gonna believe in you? You gotta believe in yourself for other people to believe in you, because everything that you put out into the world is a reflection of you. So if you only outside, you know, upset this and the third, everybody's just gonna be like, okay, well, he must always have something going on, this and the third. So thank you. You wanna buy some jeans today? But always take a risk. Always take a risk. Don't be scared to jump out on faith. Don't be scared to do anything, because thank you. Because if you don't do it, it's not gonna get done. It's just gonna be something that you talked about. And me personally, I don't like when people talk to me about things and then a month later you're talking to me about it again. It's like you had a month to at least put something in motion, you know, so I could see that you were seriously about it. So always believe in yourself first. Always take a risk, and always jump out on faith. Always keep faith in yourself, because if you don't have faith in yourself, nobody's gonna have faith in you.
Okay, let's talk about, you was just in LA and you was in Fashion Week, and you also right before that you did Charlotte Fashion Week. So talk about how LA was, the Fashion Week, like what did you do for the Fashion Week, and then talk about how Charlotte was.
I'm gonna start off by saying LA is not a real place. LA is a simulation, and it's very different out there. Me personally, I didn't enjoy being out there just because of like the dynamic and like the way people. The West Coast is very different from the East Coast, and like you go to the West Coast and you'll for sure you'll for sure notice the differences. But as far as like Fashion Week, that's not my first Fashion Week. I think that's like my 4th or 5th time doing a Fashion Week with Boutique Fashion Week. And it's always a great experience. You know, I always love going out there with them. I always love, you know, showcasing my designs and my ideas. As far as what was your other question? My bad.
Charlotte Fashion Week.
Oh, Charlotte Fashion Week. Charlotte Fashion Week. I like hosting my own fashion shows, and I like being a part of fashion shows in the town that I reside in, because it's me showing love to a city who always shows love to me, and it's also me being able to express. It's me being able to express things I like and things I'm passionate about with people who are less than 100 or 100 miles from me, you know. So, and I don't actually know how long 100 miles is. It might be
a stretch.
Yeah, I might be exaggerating it right now. But as far as like, I just love fashion. I love fashion shows. I love being around fashion. I love being around people who like to just get dressed and just go out, you know, just stand on the sidewalk and, you know, just look cool, you know. So
How has like networking and like fashion and like meeting new people, all that, like how?
that's something I honestly still struggle with. I'm still an outside no talker, so like I'll go outside and I won't say anything. You know, how can I put it? I'm a shy person, so like when it comes to me talking about my brand or me trying to, you know, tell somebody, you know, this is what I'm interested in, it always feels weird to me. It always feels like me trying to, you know, just talk about myself, but I don't really like to talk about myself. So networking is still something I'm trying to work on, you know, coming out my shell, you know, being like, hey, my name is Prada, I make clothes, this and the third. If you're interested, you should tap in. And I know it sounds easier than it's done, but that's exactly what it is. It sounds easier than it's actually done.
Yeah.
You go step outside and be around 50 plus people and try and talk to all of them without feeling like you out there looking crazy, you looking weird. So,
No, that's a fact.
It's still something I'm working on. It's still something I'm trying to work on.
Have, since the time you started and now, have you been able to like get a little bit out your show, or is it the same?
Oh yeah, because like I said, I've been to Vegas, I've been to Houston, I've been to Atlanta, I've been to New York, and I just recently left California off of fashion shows. And me going out to another state, I feel like that's networking in itself, because, you know, like I could be in Charlotte, you know, just sitting on my ass, but so me going out to these different states, I feel like that's networking in itself, because I'm putting my face out there, you know. And when it's time for me to showcase, everybody at the end of the show, everybody's looking at me like, okay, that was your designs, you know, can you tell me more about it? So I'm more of a speak when I'm spoken to type of person, if that makes sense.
You said, what was the people that you did LA Fashion Week with?
Boutique Fashion Week.
Boutique Fashion Week. How did you get in with them? Like,
What
is that about?
Moving to Atlanta, and because actually it's ran by my uncle, and so I was in Atlanta, and he was like, I have a fashion show this and the third, you trying to be part of it? And I was like, yeah, why not? So the first one started out, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in Atlanta. I believe so. I've done so many I can't even really keep track anymore, but Zola, thank you. But yeah, so just being out in Atlanta and knowing the right people, if that makes sense. Because I know I'm kind of connected in, because it's like family owned, but at the same time, like that's the opportunity that he didn't have to give me. You know, he didn't have to be like, well, I see you out here making clothes, you know, do you want to be a part of my fashion week? So I feel like it's just finding people who can help you elevate yourself and help you be a better version of yourself every day.
Okay. So for other designers that are trying to get into fashion weeks and just like exposing themselves in fashion shows, what would you say to them?
Don't be afraid to open your mouth. The closed mouths do not get fed. If you're not gonna say nothing, nobody's gonna be able to know how to help you or how to help you put yourself in a building to further your business or help you elevate or help you become great. So it's all about just opening your mouth, saying, you know, this is what I want, this is what I want to do, and actually going after it and actually doing it. Because you can't do nothing if you're sitting in your house thinking about it. Dreams don't come true just dreaming about it. You have to dream about it, and then you have to actually put towards the steps to actually make it come true.
So is there like a Prada outside of sewing? Like, is there any other hobbies that you like to partake in that's not like fashion or making clothes?
I smoke weed, you know. I'm a cannabis connoisseur. I enjoy me a good spliff, a good J. But other than that, I'm really a chill person. I don't really do too much. You know, I be with my daughter as much as possible. If I'm not sewing, I'm probably smoking. If I'm not smoking, I'm probably sewing. But other than that, my life is really simple. I keep it as minimal as possible. I don't really do too much because the more you do, the more complicated things get, and I don't like to put myself in complicated situations.
What's the biggest thing you've learned just throughout the years? In anything? Did I ask you that already?
No, but the biggest thing I learned throughout the years is people are always gonna find a reason to hate you. People are always gonna find a reason to say, oh, you could be doing this, but you're doing this instead. People are always gonna have a reason to criticize you, no matter what you're doing, no matter how hard you're going. So what I learned is to, and I'm still learning this because people tell me a lot. I feed into a lot of like things, and it's like I give people a lot of reactions. But just learn to stay true to yourself and ignore the BS. Don't let the BS phase you. Don't let the BS get you upset, because at the end of the day, that's all it is. It's all it is BS. You know, it's nothing important. 9 times out of 10, the person that is starting this with you don't got nothing going, or they just bored, or you know, they're going through something in life. So stay true to yourself and stay true to what you love to do, because at the end of the day, you live it for you. You're not living for nobody else.
Facts. No, that's major.
Keys.
That's what, yeah. No, for real.
Cali voice.
Let's talk about a little bit more of like your family, because I know for a lot of different people like, it'd be different situations. So like, is your family supportive of like what you do, being an artist?
Yeah, most definitely. They've always, ever since they've known that this is something I want to do, they was like, you know, go for it. I'm gonna always be 100% behind you. It's been times where I needed to cop some samples and I ain't had no money, so you know, my brother would be like, I got you, you know, I'll copy samples for you. Or I remember one time I was in Atlanta and I actually didn't have a sewing machine. I had the sewing machine, but I didn't have any jeans at the time. So my mom was like, you know, how much money you need? You can go get you, I'll send you something, you can go get you some jeans. So when it comes down to support, I always have a big and real support system. You know, I love my family for that, because they could, my mom could be like, no, you should have went to college. I didn't go to college, you know. After high school, I was like, I'm done with school. So the fact that they support me and they know that this is something I want to do, I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot.
What would you say to young people who want to be a designer, or just like any advice to anybody, like even to young dads who, they don't got to be creative, but just anything, like your best advice?
Best advice. Happiness is real. Always try to make yourself happy first, because if you're not happy, you can't do anything. You can't take care of nobody, because you're always going to be stressing. You're always going to be worried about why I feel like this, why is my life going like this, why is this thing's happening. Control what you can control and brush off what you can't control. So like, if it's out of your control, just let it work its course. You know, don't try and sit there and force it to go your way. Don't try and force your hand, basically. You know, just play your cards how they was dealt, but always try to find happiness in life, because happiness is actually the key to everything. It's not the key to everything, but it's the key to like waking up, you know, just like having a reason to want to get out the bed. You don't want to get out the bed if you're not happy, you know. So just focus on your happiness, and then you can take care of other people's happiness. You can add to other people's happiness.
Okay, I'm gonna get into how you were just talking about happiness and stuff like that. So I just want to ask, like, have you dealt with like mental health, or if not, like, what would you have to say about mental health? And if so, like, what would you say to others about dealing with it and overcoming it?
Mental health is very important. It's very important. It's not something that I necessarily struggle with, but at times I do feel myself in like dark head spaces, you know, feeling like, well, why is such and such happening to me? Why is X, Y, and Z not going the way I want it to go? So don't be afraid to talk to anybody, even if you feel like they don't care. Still get it off your chest, because you don't want to be walking around with 100 bricks on your chest and, you know, you're trying to handle business. If I wasn't mentally okay, I wouldn't be able to take care of my child. I wouldn't be able to run a clothing line. I wouldn't be able to be as successful in the things that I've partaken in the first place, if it wasn't for having a good mental health, or, you know, understanding that mental health is actually important, and that's something that you actually do need to take care of, because mental health can be fatal. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows somebody in the world who's dealt with mental health and it didn't end up well, or it just didn't end up good. So, you know, just always take care of your mental health, and remember that mental health is very important. Yeah, man, it's been real. It's your boy Prada. I'm here with the official ARTBANDO Club GSC. Zola, you know, big Zola Wola in the building. She's sleepy right now, so she's ready to go to bed. So, you know, it's time to wrap it up. But it's been good talking to y'all. Y'all should go follow me on Instagram, Prada Umir, PRADAYUAMIR. I actually just put my government name in my Instagram, so if you know, you know. If you don't, go look at it and tap in. My brand page, Club GSC. Shout out to ARTBANDO. They had an amazing fashion show. The last fashion show I was at, I actually loved it. It was a great experience. It was actually very well put together. So, you know, shout out to everybody who had a part in that, and everybody who did their thing to make that come true.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's been real.